Hey guys, little bro Logan Ludy here from Ludy Bros Entertainment, back at you with another NBA video. And today we're going to be talking about some breaking news with my favorite basketball team, my home team, the Chicago Bulls. And just recently, it looks like they're going to be looking for a new top executive to help run their franchise alongside Paxson and Foreman. So what I'm reading from this article here on ESPN, it says the Bulls have embarked a formal process in hiring a new executive with full authority on basketball decisions. Among the Bulls' initial plans will be to seek permission to interview Denver Nuggets general manager Arturas Karnavaris. I don't know if I pronounced that right, I'm sorry. And Toronto GM Bobby Webster. Yeah, Webster, among other candidates, sources told ESPN. Chicago Bulls ownership has discussed the plan with executive VP John Paxson, GM Gar Foreman. Paxson is likely to continue his adversary role, unfortunately, with the franchise, and they're expected to be more ownership conversations with Foreman about his future. Hopefully he's removed. I don't think he needs to be GM of our team anymore. And Bulls are planning to talk with several possible candidates to lead the franchise and plans to have new leadership well before any possible resumption of play during the NBA shutdowns because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Interviews start next week and will be conducted electronically, sources say. Okay, yeah. The Denver Nuggets president of basketball operations, Tim, has worked with the Nuggets GM. I'm not going to say his name again because I don't want to butcher it. But he's shaped that GM has helped shape that Western Conference team into a contender, and that's true. I think they're third. They're third in the West. No, yeah, no. Here, I'll look it up. They are. Yeah, they're third in the West. So yeah, they've been up and coming for the past few years. And let's see. Yeah, draft success. Yeah, they have a lot of draft success with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, and it's played a significant part in the franchise rival. Karnavasis is a 1992 Olympian from Lithuania, also worked for the Houston Rockets front office and the league office in New York. Webster succeeded Raptors president of basketball operations Masai Ujiri as GM in 2017. Webster has been a key executive in the Raptors' rise to the championship franchise, including drafting All-Star Pascal Siakam and the trade for Kawhi Leonard, landing of undrafted players like Fred VanVleet. Webster joined the Raptors front office in 2013 after working in the league office in New York since 2006. Paxson, okay. Yeah, you replaced Jerry Krause. Okay. So basically, we are in desperate need, in my opinion, we're in desperate need of some new NBA executives for the Chicago Bulls. Ever since the Jimmy Butler trade, I said this in a previous video, we've been just been an awful franchise. We've had some good drafts, Wendell Carter Jr. I really like. Kobe White, he started, this past year, molding into this. He just got his first start right before the season was postponed, and he was getting white hot. He was getting 30. He got 30 points, I think 3 times in a row. Got strings of 20s and 25s, and he got 20, 4, 5, and 5 his first start, and then Lauri Markkanen, I don't know what's up with him. He had a good rookie season, a pretty decent second year. Third year, I thought he was gonna, at least elevate his game to all-star status. The way he looked and the way everyone was, talking about him. I personally, this year, I don't know what it is. If it's the offense or the coaching, either one of the two. He's just running around the three-point line, not doing anything. He's just shooting threes. He can't defend the basket, even though he's 7 feet. He can't block shots. That's really Wendell's job since he's the center. But all I see him, he can't post up. Every time I see him post up down low, he gets either pushed out of the position or he can't make a move with it. So all I see him is running around the three-point line. He's basically a three-point shooter, and that does us no good because most of the time, it's all they don't really go in. It's a rare occasion where they all go in. Really, the driving force for the Chicago Bulls right now is Zach LaVine. He was an All-Star this year. I thought he should have been. I don't understand why it was a three-point competition. I mean, you're not a three-point shooter. I mean, you can hit them every now and then, but you're not a three-point shooter. You're a dunker. You should have been in the dunk contest. Should have been an All-Star game, I feel like, because we didn't have any representative. It was in Chicago this year, and there were some other bright spots. Chris Dunn, before he got hurt, he was a nice guy coming off the bench playing D. I like Archie Dinakino. He's a nice grit and grind player, hustle player. He'll dive on loose balls. He'll make the right plays. I mean, we have a nice team. This team, I feel like, should be good enough to make the playoffs with the amount of talent we have. But the problem is, Jim Boylen is he's not the coach we need. He's a fill-in basically. He's a puppet. I like to call him Paxson Puppet. We're gonna call him Paxson's Puppet from now on. And he's just not the coach we need. He's not going to take us into the future because he calls time, and I'll get to this more in another video. He calls, his rotations are all messed up, all jacked up, and then he calls timeouts at, like, say the Bulls are down 10 with about 30 to 20 seconds left. He'll call a timeout to run a play, and I'm just like, dude, the game's over. Like, you have, like, there's nothing really to play for, and you can see it in the players' faces. They get frustrated with him. They get frustrated with him. I would get frustrated with him, I'll tell you that. I'd probably let him know about it after the game. Like, yo, man, like, this game's over. Like, you want us to run a play for what? There's no, I mean, you could say there is a reason to, to work on things, but at that point of the game's lost, and you got to move on. You got to just be done with it to move on to the next game. And then another issue is with this team is Paxson and Foreman. I'm not sure they know what they're doing anymore. I think they lucked out a lot with Derrick Rose, and when we had him for about 6 years, until those injuries just derailed them, and then unfortunately we had to trade him as well. I think we got blessed with Derrick Rose, and we haven't been blessed with another great athlete for a while now. Don't know how it's going to look for this year's draft, the way things are with the NBA. But, I mean, really, we have enough to at least make the playoffs, I believe. I believe we have enough to make the playoffs. I think we just need a more comparable coach like Mark Jackson or Jason Kidd, anybody else but Jim Boylen, really. If you can get anybody else but him, who actually has an NBA resume, who's coached and got into the the playoffs before, has led teams, like various teams, and has improved them, then we got something. But right now, I don't know. And I'll get into more of my Chicago Bulls later on. But let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments down below. I'm really looking for some feedback. I know there's some other Chicago Bulls fans out there. I want to hear from you guys. And I'll hit you up in another video. See you later.